With Gen Z being labeled the most connected generation, somehow we've been labeled the most disconnected generation. According to Statista.com, there's an average online user base of 3.6 billion people on social media. With this new technology growing at a rapid rate each year, we need to learn how to use it. Okay. Over quarantine, I've been on 3 social media detoxes, and it's shown me the benefits of social media and also the negative impact on social media. Today, I'm going to be talking about the negative impacts on social media and why you should regulate how much time you spend on it. Now, social media can have some good benefits. You can be connected to family and friends, but also there are some major downfalls that you need to know about. According to healthguide.org, there are major links to depression, anxiety, loneliness, fear of missing out, and even self-harm. According to the same study, 10% of all teenagers have experienced some form of cyberbullying. So now problems that are going on in your day-to-day world, either at work, school, or even during sports, come back home with you. Now, for most of us, social media has become a built-in habit and just mindlessly scrolling. And that's a problem that we need to counteract. Okay. Now that I talked about some of the major problems with social media, let's talk about some of the psychological effects that it has on our society. Most of us know all the pictures that have been posted on Instagram, Twitter, or even Facebook have been altered to some extent. Most of these pictures have been taken from the best angle, handpicked from over 100 shots, and portraying their best image of themselves. Now, what this does to our society is creates a false image of what our life should really look like and how we should look. Most of us can somewhat say we compare ourselves to online media, which is not healthy. Now, if you see a group of people smiling out with their friends on a Saturday night and you're mindlessly scrolling in your home on your phone, this can give you a FOMO effect. FOMO is the fear of missing out. Okay, so you don't know the backstory behind this picture or photo or video. Okay. Now, looking at social media constantly, this can leave you unsatisfied with your own life. Most of the time, you're going to see someone who has more money than you, more physically fit than you, and someone just overall more successful than you. Okay. With social media being new technology, we've seen more and more people create irrational decisions trying to get the most likes and most views. This can be a very dangerous thing, and we need to regulate how much time we spend on it. Now that I talked about some of the effects it has on our society, let's talk about an actionable steps and actionable route to overcome this problem. Number 1, which was a huge game changer for me, is turning off all your notifications. Whenever I try and sit down and do my homework or I'm at work and I need to really focus, I look over to my right and I see my phone light up. It automatically distracts me from what I'm trying to focus on. Number 2, which is also very great, is don't touch your phone for 30 minutes to an hour when waking up. According to medium.com, it says if you touch your phone first thing in the morning, you're prone to be less focused, waste more time throughout the day. Usually 5 minutes leads to 10 minutes, which can even lead to up to an hour. First thing, if you check your phone in the morning and you have 3 text messages, 5 emails, and on top of that, you woke up late, of course you're going to be stressed out. So I challenge you for the first 30 minutes to an hour, stay off your phone. And the last step, which is the most rewarding, is going on a 30-day social media detox. This is also the most challenging, and you may think, I can't go off any social media for 30 days. And that's what I first thought when I started. So when you do this, I challenge you to have an accountability partner so you're not doing this alone. Whenever I started my first social media detox, it was difficult at first, but I noticed I was exercising more frequently, reading more often, and even journaling. Hopefully, by the end of this speech, you can learn how to control social media rather than it controlling you. Thank you.
Would you want me to go next, Sierra, or do you want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Ready. All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sierra Rada, and I'm going to talk about the effects of the Western culture diet on America's obesity. According to Medical News Today, writer Timothy Hazar says that the study shows that there is higher cases of inflammation, cancer, obesity, and other inflammatory diseases due to the Western culture diet. The fast food chain industry is a quick and easy cheap bite for people to get when they're on the go. It is affordable and highly advertised. This is why many people stop and get a bite to eat there. I don't know about you guys, but many times when I'm on road trips, I find myself stopping at a Taco Bell for a quick and cheap bite to eat. It sometimes doesn't come to your mind that it's not the best decision for the long-term health because it's fast and cheap. But we have to start realizing that there is more long-term effects to it. Today I'm going to discuss the problems with the fast food chain industry and the effects that it has on the Western culture diet and our long-term health, not just including obesity, but also other diseases in America. I'll, 1, discuss the problems with fast food chain industry and the Western culture diet. 2, discuss the lack of healthy fast food options in America and affordability and accessibility of it. And 3, discuss the solution to the Western culture diet and obesity in America. First, I'll start by discussing the fast food chain industry and the effects it has on the Western culture diet and America's obesity. According to Washington Post, Chrissy Brissett says that the diet that is high in junk food has many effects on obesity, type 2 diabetes, asthma, and other anti-inflammatory diseases in people. It's a huge issue in the Western culture diet because it's highly advertised through commercials and advertisement boards. It is also something that celebrities promote many times. Just one serving of fast food can increase inflammation in your body. An Australian study shows that people with asthma who indulge in one serving of food that is high in fat can increase the inflammation in their breathing airways, which causes health problems and sometimes death. I will now talk about the lack of healthy fast food in America today. There is not enough advertisement in the healthy fast food that is out there, nor is it as accessible. Many times these places are not at different freeway entrances and exits so that people can easily get to them. And also the ones that are out there are not as affordable, meaning that they're spending too much on the supplies that they use to make the food, which is too expensive for Americans to afford today. And according to entrepreneur Amy Tarek says, it's not about lack of interest, but the lack of access for Americans. If it was more accessible and more affordable, there'd be more chances of people eating healthy and choosing the better option for their long-term health. Now that I've talked about the lack of healthy fast food in America, I will talk about the solution to the Western culture diet and obesity in America. For the first solution, I'm going to talk about the large-scale solution. There needs to be more advertisement and accessibility for Americans to get healthy fast food. We need to start finding cheaper resources to create healthy fast food so that people can get that option more. We also need to make them more accessible, meaning more truck stops offering healthy fast food and more throughout towns. We also need to advertise the ones that we do have so people know that they are out there instead of sponsoring all the junk fast food places. According to the Healthline, Dr. Natalie Butler says that there is many studies showing that there is doubling in size of obesity, which is all equal to the doubling size of fast food restaurants opening up today. The OAC says that Since 1970, fast food restaurants have doubled in size. If fast food restaurants are doubling in size, that means that obesity and other long-term effect diseases are doubling in size as well. For individual action, people need to start educating themselves on what's inside of their fast food, meaning they need to start understanding what is nutritional and what's not. If they understand what they're putting into their body, maybe they'll make healthier decisions on getting fast food. Another way is to prepare yourself for when you're going out. Start meal prepping and understanding that you need to start fulfilling your body with nutritional food instead of the junk, greasy food. I've discussed problems with the fast food industry and the effects it has on America's obesity and other diseases. I've also discussed the healthy fast food lack in America and accessibility to it. And I've also discussed the solution to the Western culture diet and obesity in America. Finally, there needs to be more advertisements today on where people can get healthy fast food and the affordability of it and the effects that it will have if they eat healthy on their long-term health. There also needs to be effect on people changing their own diet and working on themselves in order to benefit their long-term health. This will also help America's obesity and the Western culture diet turn into something for the better. Thank you, and I hope this makes you guys want to eat healthy.